Welcome back everybody to another Jacko the Soccer Bro video, and today I'm going to be sticking with the F1 theme that I've been going with for the last few videos or so, and today I'm going to be ranking all 10 of the 2021 liveries coming out for this next upcoming season. Ferrari released theirs earlier today. I'm not sure when this video is coming out. It might be Thursday or Friday, one of those two. And I figured I'd try to be one of the first ones to make a YouTube video ranking them, because there's going to be about 600 other people that do it. I hate pickles. Jack puts this one by Max, past Colin, and blows by Max, goes after the sling. Let's start off at the very bottom here with number 10, and this should be no surprise to anybody. It's the Williams car. Oh boy, did they goof this one up. Like, I see what they're trying to do by making it, a unique design. They don't have that many sponsors, so they can kind of mess around with the livery and make it look nice and just unique. Well, let's just say they got the unique part of that down. Like, it's almost as if they have three separate cars combined into one, because they have like the front part of it with the wing, and then the I can't think of what it's called, the part with the number on it. That actually is a really nice font. I like that, but that part, it looks okay. I'm cool with the white and the dark blue together. It's just what Williams has been for the last year really, but that's just their colors. So I'm cool with that. I like that part. And then there's, oh wait a second, there's a second car slapped together onto that first one with the royal blue, and then combined with a light stripe blue, but the stripes are weird. The stripes just don't look like they belong there. And what are they doing with their logo, the W? You can hardly even see it, and with the stripes overlapping, it doesn't belong there. And then right next to it, they got the Lavazza logo. And it's just so small and at such a weird spot on the car that it's impossible to see. They should either move that down into the main sponsor spot if they don't have one yet, which, knowing that they're Williams and they're owned by a new company, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, or don't, I should say. So they need to make that bigger and just get rid of the Williams logo, or do what Haas did and make that look like the main sponsor thing. And then there's the third car slapped together with the first two, and that's the black at the back of it. On the wing, and where the number is, in this case George Russell's car, the 63, it looks really nice there. I actually quite like those gray stripes that run through it. But then underneath, like the side pod area, it just looks like they didn't finish the paint job on the blue part there. That part, it doesn't make sense to me. The angle of the slant is wrong with everything else, and it doesn't belong there. So that's why this Williams car is at number 10. Just, oof. F1 2020, my team, I guess. Who knows? Quit talking about that one now. Let's move up to number 9. And for me, that's going to be the Haas car this year. I see they brought in Nikita Mazepin. He brings in a ton of money for the team. So, of course, they go with a Russian-themed livery, of course, to suit that. And it's just too much white, really. Like, the red and blue, they work okay together, but it's just so much of one color, and it's not a good color to have a lot of unless you're going really simplistic with the design, which they did. I mean, they just repeated like 3-4 Russian flags on the car, which it isn't awful. It's not the Williams car, but I don't like it, and I don't really have a specific reason why I don't like it. It just doesn't work for me. So then moving on into number 8, and that's going to be the Alpha Tauri for this year. And in my opinion, like, I see what they tried to do by flipping the navy and white around, but it just looks like an orca. It looks like a killer whale. And it was such a good car last year, and it's not a bad car this year either. But I don't know what it is. It just looks so boxy and squared off with the colors this way, and the way the livery is designed with the curves and the white lines and that kind of thing. But it just looks like a bunch of boxes. The Alpha Tauri logo, it slaps. That's definitely the best part of the car on the back side pod engine cover area. That looks really nice, and it did last year too. But that's about it. The front end of the car, the nose cone especially, is the worst part of it. Along with underneath, like the survival cell area with the white, the red Honda is a nice pop out look there. But it's, yeah, mostly the nose cone. And the wing, it's alright. It's a lot of words, which is, I'm not sure if that's what you want on the front wing. So it's okay. It's not awful. Could be a lot worse, but a step down from last year for sure. And then number 7 now, that's gonna be McLaren, and it's the same car as last year. I mean, except for they changed the blue at the bottom of it and turned that into the rainbow running backwards. I really like what they did there. I wish they would have kept the rainbow on the Halo because like when you're driving around on the F1 game, it looks super nice there. And I don't know why they can't have it both on the sides and the Halo. But other than that, it really feels like it's the same car, which isn't a bad thing for them at all because it's a great looking car. But it feels unfair to have them at 7th. But I'm gonna have them at 7th, so I just feel like the cars above them are a little bit better. Nothing against the McLaren whatsoever. I like the way it looks, though. Moving up into 6th now. I feel like quite a few of you guys are going to disagree with me on this one here, but I have the Ferrari for this year. I really like what they did with the red fading into the burgundy. That is such a nice blend of reds together, trying to like do what they did at Magello last year, and that looks really nice. One of the best like color themes on any of the cars this year for sure. That I'm not so sure about the cartoonish font for the numbers. I don't like that too much, but that's not it's not a major setback. It's just kind of that seems kind of out of place on a Ferrari. But I think we should maybe address the elephant in the room of that green Mission Winnow logo. Why is it green? Like, I know why it's green. It's to get people talking about it, which they definitely did. But it's ugly. It's not. It's a Christmas card pretty much now, and the green doesn't belong on a red Ferrari. It's not like it's going to be there anyway. The sponsor's banned for most circuits this year anyway. But other than the green, I really like the way that this car is Ferrari's looking this year. Hopefully, their on-track performances can be better than last year's too to match the way the car looks. So, moving up now into number 5, another car similar to the McLaren that just hasn't changed at all from last year into this year, and that's going to be Red Bull. Like, nothing wrong with the livery whatsoever. It's probably going to become one of the classics of this era of the sport because it is such it's an iconic looking car. You can look at that and tell, hey, that's a Red Bull. I know that one for sure. It helps that it says Red Bull on the side, but it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I understand why they're not changing it, but just because it gets a little bit boring year after year, I'm gonna have that one at 5th. Nothing against it whatsoever. Similar to the McLaren, it's a great livery, but it's just gonna be 5th because I like the ones above it more. Yeah, that's how it works. This is my opinion. So, moving up then into number 4, and we are gonna have what was initially my favorite one, like the moment it was revealed, but then after I got familiar with the other ones a bit more, it kind of dropped down a little bit, and that's gonna be the Alpine. That steel blue, that like really shiny glossy paint that they used on it looks so good, especially in the way that they revealed it. Well, minus the 144p of the thing, the horrible quality live stream, but other than that, the car looks great in my opinion. That, especially like I said, the blue color, and then that nice little splash of red at the back there with the white stripe to kind of split up the two. And the only thing that I would maybe change about this one is that right like next to the white stripe at the back, there's the slightly different red and blue with the whole bunch of white stripes running through it there. like from a distance, you can't really see it, and I feel like they either could have made it a little bit more obvious that they're doing something there, or just gotten rid of it altogether, because it just doesn't fit all that well for me. I do really like, though, the French flag that they've added on the side of the front wing. That's a nice touch, for sure. But yeah, the best thing about this car is the shade of blue that they used and the paint with it. But because there's nothing else so special about it, it's going to be fourth for me. And then moving up into third, another one you guys are probably you're not gonna like this one as much. I have the Mercedes. I really like the black Mercedes that they did from last year compared to the silver one that they've done most years in the past. And especially the way it looks with that blue Petronas teal stripe running through the side of it. They always do that at such a nice angle and curve that it looks great on the car, especially the brightness and the contrast to the black. That little gray stripe running next to it, that's a nice touch that they added this year. And the red of the Ineos logo up at the top of, I can't even think of what that part of the car is called now, but you can see it. It's a bright red thing there. I like the number that they did on the back of it with the way that it's just the outline of the number, and especially that gray gradient into the black. I much prefer that over the black into the gray. I feel like this is a really nice looking car, but of course, you can't talk about this without talking about the AMGs plastered all over the back of it, and I like it. I like the way it looks. It's like, it's like if you have a Gucci shirt and it's just plastered with Gucci logos all over it. It's like that, but on a Mercedes, and when they've been as good as they have been for this whole decade, I feel like you can do that and get away with it like they did, but most people aren't a fan of it. I am. I really like the way it looks. Just AMG, 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 AMG. It's nice, in my opinion. And for that reason, it's going to be third. Now, second. I feel like everybody has these next two in their top two. It's just the order that's changed. But yep, coming in at number 2 is going to be the Aston Martin. I really like the color of green that they used for this one. I thought it was going to be a bit more of a darker evergreen kind of thing, but this has a little bit of that blue mixed in there, and it is such a nice color. Simple livery. The logos and sponsors, like, they got the ratios of them to the green perfectly. It looks amazing. And then when they said they were keeping a bit of the pink from the Racing Point sponsor last year, we were all like, hey, yo, how can you make green and pink look good? Well, this is it. That beautiful stripe running through it, and then on the front wing, it's such a nice combination of colors, which I never thought I would say from looking at a green and pink car. But man, does this one look good. Can't wait to see it out on track, and hopefully Seb's performances are pretty good. Lance just needs to get consistent, and this is going to be a great car for some great drivers this year. So now, number 1 this year is going to be the Alfa Romeo. They did what the Alpha Tauri did, but they made it better. They flipped their colors, but they put the dark red, that nice shade of red, it's such a good color, on the bottom with the white on the top, and it works so well. The Alfa Romeo logo in the red with, like, big, this thing here, it's super, like, small and easy to miss. I can't talk. Easy to miss. But that clover on it and that green, that pops just enough to not be overwhelming, like the green on the Ferrari, but it just blends in perfectly with the rest of the car, and it's like, oh, that's a nice little bit of green there. I like that. That's a good touch. And then that little stripe that they have on the rear wing, that's nice too, putting the red back on top there. But it's mostly just the way that the red flows with the white and that they inverted the colors from last year. That looks so good, in my opinion. And yeah, there's my top 10 picks, or yeah, top 10 picks. There's only 10 to pick from, but there's the ranking 10 through 1 of my favorites for this year's. Wow. And there you have it. There is my 1 to 10 ranking of this year's F1 2021 liveries. If you guys disagree or agree, I mean, we can take positivity too. Leave a comment down below and say that you liked it. And if you're still here, yeah, why not, check out some of my other F1 videos I've done recently, or drop a subscribe, because that's always super appreciated. And that's it for this one. See ya. Thanks for sticking around. Bye.